Hey Movie Minutes fans! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of Hollywood history. 6 years ago, Tom Holland pitched a James Bond idea, and although it was rejected, it now has a second chance to be considered. Stick around to find out why. So, here's the deal. Around the time Tom Holland was working on his Spider-Man trilogy, he had a meeting with Sony where he pitched the idea of a James Bond origin story. Sounds cool, right? At the time though, Sony rejected the idea. But now that the James Bond franchise is under new ownership, Holland's pitch could be revisited. Here's why this is big news. For decades, the James Bond franchise was under the control of the Broccoli family, specifically Barbara Broccoli, who is incredibly protective of the character and the series. Under her leadership, only the most traditional Bond films were greenlit. But recently, Barbara Broccoli handed over creative control of the franchise to Amazon MGM. This means the 007 franchise could be undergoing some pretty exciting changes. More spin-offs, origin stories, and possibly even TV shows. And this is where Tom Holland's idea could fit in perfectly. Back in 2019, Holland pitched a story for a young James Bond. At the time, he was in his early 20s and thought he'd be perfect for the role. Holland admits that his pitch was a dream of a young kid, and honestly, it didn't really make sense to Barbara Broccoli, so it was rejected. However, things have changed. Now with Amazon MGM at the helm, there's a much bigger possibility of exploring something unconventional, like Holland's pitch for a young Bond origin story. Now, here's the thing. While Holland was in his 20s when he pitched this, he's nearing his 30s now and he might be a little too old to play a young Bond. In fact, to really make the origin story work, they would likely need an actor even younger than Holland was at the time. Think about it. Sean Connery, the youngest actor to ever play Bond, was just 32 when he starred in Dr. No, and he was already playing an experienced 00 agent. So if we want to see Bond as a young agent, an actor younger than Tom Holland might make more sense. With the new creative leadership at Amazon MGM, we could see more diverse Bond content. Spin-offs, prequels, origin stories, you name it. The new bosses are likely to take advantage of the expanded possibilities and look at Holland's idea as something fresh to explore. Now, even though his Bond pitch was rejected initially, it wasn't a complete failure for Holland. In fact, it led to something even bigger. Sony was interested in the idea of an origin story, just not for James Bond. Instead, they suggested Holland star in a film that became Uncharted, based on the popular PlayStation video game series. The film turned out to be a massive success, grossing over $407 million worldwide. And now, Uncharted 2 is already in the works, with Holland returning as Nathan Drake. So, Holland didn't completely lose out on his young character idea. He just found a different, incredibly successful franchise to be part of. So even though Tom Holland might not play James Bond anytime soon, the possibility of a young Bond movie is more alive than ever. Amazon MGM could take this idea and run with it, and who knows, maybe we'll get to see a fresh take on 007 in the near future. What do you think? Would you be excited to see a young James Bond movie? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more movie news and updates here on Movie Minutes. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep watching those movies.